Both of them?
Yeah,
They're both going.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for everybody that made an effort to come out. For those of you that I know and spoken to online or in person, and the new Chevra as well, V'ezrat Hashem. Hopefully it's an opportunity to start a new connection and to keep it going. And if we're lucky to just sit inside a place that's filled with such kedusha, that's already something to be grateful for. To eat a good meal with a bracha, it's already something that we have to say thank you Hashem for. And again, thank you all for everybody that set this up, that helped to make it happen, the people that had the idea, the people that helped to make it mamash come into fruition. Hashem bless you guys to continue to make Torah an important thing in the lives of yourselves and others in your homes. B'ezrat Hashem. And today, you guys really, according to your weekly seder, are usually learning Torah Hey, and you're meant to finish it tonight. But for whatever reason, Kadosh Baruch Hu wants us to go into the next Torah already without you finishing it, and hopefully you guys will make it up. The Baal Shem Tov, it was very important, the Baal Shem Tov said to have bookmarks and to make it from cover to cover in a book. Not that you have to be in a rush to make it cover to cover. You should know where you are in the book, and if you put it down for a few months, a few weeks, and you come back, you go from your bookmark. You already have a relationship with the book. You don't have to start up again. Continue where you were and get to the end of it. So, B'ezrat Hashem, you guys will finish Torah Hey. Every word of Rabbeinu was extremely important. But B'ezrat Hashem, I'm not going to get into mamash word for word of this Torah, but we're going to touch on a few different points that are the essence of the Torah and very important topics to know in life. This Torah was given over in Elul, in Shabbat Shuvah. Shabbat Shuvah is the Shabbat between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and it's a time of a lot of Vitorut, a time of a lot of arousal towards Hashem, to come closer, for a person to try to better their lives and to be more conscious of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in their day-to-day. And this Torah is about Shuvah. It's about humility. It's about going through the hardships in life, about staying balanced. A lot of deep ideas that we need to download. So B'ezrat Hashem, B'siyata D'Ishmaya, we'll touch on a few different topics. The Torah starts off with Ki tzrich kol adam lemeet b'chvod atzmo u'la'arbot b'chvod hamakom. Every single person has to reduce how much they need an importance for their own honor, and to increase the honor that we give to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Who's deserving of honor? Who's the number one person deserving honor? In my mind, Hashem, not person, right? Hashem Yitbarach. And me, I'm definitely not more than that. So in my own mindset, I have to also change my mind to put my emphasis on giving kavod to Hashem and to seek it out less for myself. Whoever chases after honor, he doesn't get the honor of Hashem, that's for sure. He gets maximum honor of kings. Honor of God you're not going to get. So the maximum a person is chasing after some kind of honor in his life, some kind of respect. You get maximum respect he's going to get is a Putin level, a Trump level. So that's about it. Essentially, this, when it comes to say Reb Nachman, is that a person that is not deserving of honor, whenever he tries to chase after and he shows up into a place, people ask the question, who is this person? Why is he getting respected? What's he worthy of? And a person that doesn't chase after honor, but he's really deserving of honor, so when he goes into a place, people don't really give him honor, they're giving Hashem honor. They're giving the Torah honor. They're giving something that is much bigger than that individual himself. And that's how life works. We also have to understand that. There's certain people in the world that they don't at all seek honor, and they don't at all put themselves out there. And they're deserving of every single gedulah, every malchut, every dime that could be spent should be sent their way. There's people like that in the world. And you would never hear of them. You would never know of them. I learned with some Rabbanim that God forbid you dare take out your phone next to them to try to take a picture with them or anything. If you do, they tell you delete it on the spot. Nothing's recorded. God forbid. Chas v'shalom. All day long, just running away from it, and not to play the game of running away from honor. The person would rather crawl out of their skin than to be shared with the world. To run away from these things, and this was a big thing in Nachman's teachings in general. If we skip here to the second letter, you see here Reb Nachman says, you can never get to the level of honor where you're deserving of honor and you represent HaKadosh Baruch Hu and you walk into the world and you lift up hearts. You can't get to that. Ela al yedei teshuvah. The only way to get to that level is if you're living in a mindset where you're constantly coming back to Hashem. V'ikara tshuva. What's the main aspect of tshuva? I'm going against the rules. We're from Tzfat, so we break rules. You guys can talk. What's the main aspect of tshuva? Throw out answers.
Return. Surrender. Humility.
Oh, there you go. Who said humility? Are you cheating? Did you read this already? No? Okay, good.
Invested in teshuva often.
There we go. Baruch Hashem. Of course, sorry. Not speaking loud enough. I'll try my best. So the main aspect of tshuva is humility, like you said. Reb Nachman also said this. Sheishma bizyono idom veishtok. That you get embarrassed, you have disgrace happen to you, you have something horrible, uncomfortable, unfortunate happen to you. You take it and you shut up. That's tshuva. That's the main aspect of tshuva in Reb Nachman's eyes. That you go through something in this world, right? How did it start? We're talking about honor and respect. How do you get to a level where you actually are deserving of honor? If you can go through something, take it and be quiet. Where's the first time that happened? No. Who? Vaidom.
In the concept of teshuva.
Vaidom Aaron. Aaron,
His two children
his
died.
sons were killed. What was his response? Don't have a word. Not good, not bad, anything. I'm taking it. Just quiet. And for that, he got the menorah, he got Chanukah, he got Kohanim. Everything came out of the fact that when his two sons, which by the way were greater than Moshe and Aaron, they just were a little bit too quick with it. They needed to wait and have respect to those that are above them, which is part of this Torah as well. When that happened, so they left the world. But for Aaron, their father, how did he take it? Silence. In order to do tshuva, if you skip, you have here in Dalet, כשאדם רוצה ללך בדרכי התשובה, when a person wants to walk in the path of tshuva, צריך להיות בקיא בהלכה. Has to be well versed in halacha. If a person wants to stay in a state of teshuvah, he has to learn halacha. It's known, Reb Nachman said, you can twist my Torahs any way you want. Do not move a millimeter from Shulchan Aruch. It's a big thing. Reb Nachman wanted people that are connected to his path, and Jews in general, you don't have to be connected to Reb Nachman's path to learn from Reb Nachman, to get eitzot from Reb Nachman. To learn halacha every single day. Every single day. It's extremely important. And if a person wants to be in the path of tshuva, you have to do it. Why? You have to have two types of proficiency to be well versed in halacha in two different ways. Baki b'ratzon, baki b'shov. You have to know how to run, and you have to know how to return. Ratzon is all of your aspirations, all of your drive to do something in this world, to make something happen, to do the right thing, to show up, to do what you came to this world to do. And the shov is all the times where you have to come back to realize that everything's okay, everything's underneath the hands of Hashem. And later in this Torah, Rabbi Natan, at the end, it's a beautiful idea, based off of other things that Rabbi Nachman says in this Torah, and this is what I want to focus on mostly today. If you have it here, it says Shayach La'el. At a certain point, it belongs to what's before. The end of the Torah in Vav, after Zion, before Chet, way before. No, it's like towards the end.
After the Rabbi Baruch story?
Yeah. There, Reb Natan starts to add, and he says that I heard that this was connected to Kavanat Elu. Right? We said that this Torah was given over on Shabbat Shuvah, and here he talks about this idea of Kavanat Elu. The Arizal in Mishnat Chasidim explains it even more, that there's a certain Kavanah in Elu of what's called Hanoten Bayam Derech. Darech is the real pasuk. Hanoten Bayam Darech. That a person, how can they go through Elu? What's the Kavanah? What's the mindset of Elu, which is obviously the month of Tshuva? The Kavanah of Elu is Hanoten Bayam Darech. What's Hanoten Bayam Darech? It's a deep thing. We have to understand, like everything else in our Torah, there's depth to it. So in order to just introduce, there's an idea called Yichudim. Who's heard here of Yichudim? Not enough people.
Isn't that like the room when you get married?
Oh, nice. Why is it called the Yichud room?
Seclusion.
Connect the Shem's name.
Unifying.
Unification between what? The Chatan and the Kala, right? They go there along. Also, you have the halachot in general, halachot of Yichud. Men, it's extremely important to know this, especially in our generation. It'll save you from a lot of headache. It is forbidden to be alone with a woman that you could be with by yourself. Forbidden. Not allowed to do it. I promise you, if you take upon that halacha, you will be saved from a lot of headaches in your life. And you will guard your kedusha, and you'll guard your purity and your connection. To not be one-on-one with a girl alone that you could be. Ichud, that's unification between husband and wife, like we talked about, right? After they get married, you put them in a room by themselves. That's the first time they are permitted to be only by themselves together, right? With no one interrupting, and their souls unify at that moment when there's no interruption between them. That's why the Sfaradim also, a lot of times at our weddings, we don't do the Yichud room, because the Kala, we don't want her to cover her head at the wedding. And if she goes into Yichud, she's chayav now to cover her head. So a lot of times, especially Rav Ovadia said not to do it, because of that inyan as well. But what are Yichudim in Kabbalah? Unifications. What does this mean? You think about a certain name of Hashem. You guys can look here at the Shiviti behind you on the walls, these menorot. It's not just some nice shul decorations that we have in every Sfardi shul. It is an amazing map and piece of technology that can take you to very, very beautiful places if you know how to read it. Right? But essentially this was called Yichudim, that you unify different names of God. You think about a name in your mind, and you unify what's going on in your mind, the consciousness of what that name is and what it represents with an emotion in your heart. And you arouse a certain emotion in your heart. So the Yichud that the Arizal taught on Elul is Hanoten Beyam Darech. What does that mean? Derech is gematria of two different names combined together, and it's also the gematria of Baki. When Reb Nachman said you have to know how to run, be well-versed in running, and run well-versed in returning, the word for well-versed or proficient is Baki. You know what you're talking about. You know how to run, you know how to return. Baki twice is gematria derech. It also represents two different names of Hashem. I'm not going to get into the complexities of these names. One is called Sag, and one is called Kasa. One is Yudke Vavke, and the other is the name Ekye. These two names together, Yudke Vavke, represents that everything is Hashem. Haya, Hove, Viye. It was, it is, it will be, everything is a Kadosh Baruch Hu. And Ekye is the name that we heard not too long ago in the parasha. Right? Hashem tells Moshe, tell the Jewish people, Ehiyeh, Asher Ehiyeh. That's my name. I will be with you in this galut, I will be with you in the next galut. Right? Like Rashi says there. It's a name of coming into existence. I will be. Rav Nachman says here in the beginning of the Torah, before a person does tshuva, it's as if he doesn't even exist in the world. His mission hasn't even been activated yet. He hasn't even, you're what they call in our generation, the NPC, right? you're just there, like you're a pixel, right? Once you start to do tshuva, you start to get into it, the whole entire world opens up. Not only are you not just the character, you're the main character. Everything revolves around a person that's trying to connect to Hashem. That's why this whole entire world exists, is just for Jews to connect to Hashem. Mamash, every single thing. You guys live here, I live in Eretz Yisrael. Most of the people I see, they're why the world was created. Here, you guys are around a lot of people that were here just for us. It's not about them. Mamash, you have to know that. The world exists for Am Yisrael to be connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the whole entire tachlit of the whole entire creation, is for us to open up our mouth, to say some words to Hashem with all of our heart. And that's the main yichud. The main yichud is that you're able to know, I know Hashem exists. I know He's behind everything. I know He created everything and He's involved in everything to the level that I feel it in my heart. And to unify your brain with your heart. And it's known that's the furthest distance in the whole entire world. The distance between the brain and the heart. So our whole entire job is to unify them. To get back into this idea, so Derech is this one name of Hashem, that everything is Hashem. On the other hand, Ekyeh, it will be, I will be. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. And in Elul, the Arizal thought it was very important for us to take both of these names, to contemplate on them, and to illuminate their light on another name that comes out to Gematria Biyam, and that's the name of the Asiyah, what's named 52, the name Ben.
Or
Eliyahu as well. That name is the name of the world of Asiyah, the world of that we live in, that we all live in. The Arizal thought and taught us it's important in Elul when you're trying to do tshuva, before you take an action in this world, before you take upon a resolution in your life to become better, to come closer to Hashem, it's very important to contemplate on the fact that everything comes from Hashem, and that Hashem gave you all of the tools you need for you to push as hard as you can to make it happen. Illuminate both of those ideas, both of those lights on whatever it is you're trying to take upon yourself, whatever it is you're about to do. To have 4 hours to set up a shiur, or someone that's not answering you on the phone, you know he sees the messages, he's not getting back to you, what's going on? Yeah. But if HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants it to happen, so then it's going to happen. And if he doesn't, it's not. And now, we step out the book. In life, we're all trying to achieve things. We're all trying to make things happen. And if our soul came from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, came from Hashem Yitbarach, and we're here, so then there's a purpose that we're here. And Hashem's not going to let us slack. He sent us to this world with a mission. He sent us to this world to do, to be active, to go out there, to make things happen. The only condition on all of that is that we understand that Hashem is doing it. Hashem is the power running through our veins, through our life. Our soul came from HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well. And we're essentially a pawn. We're a pipe. We're a tool. Without that light, we have no value. We have no importance at all. With that light, you're the most important being in the whole entire world. So now if I need to leave my house every morning to make parnasah, to bring it back to my family, to provide for my wife, for my children, when I leave the house, if I can stop for a second, Hashem, Yudke Vavke, I know Hashem Yitbarach, you're behind everything. Everything comes from you. I know that everything I'm going to do today is only done by way of your power. I know that whatever is going to happen today, it's complete rachamim, the best thing possible, no other outcome. Whatever it is, I would pick it myself. It's all from you. And I also know that you created the world and you put me here and you gave me a soul and you gave me a job and you gave me a role and you gave me what to do today. And I need to do it. And I need to do it the best ability because I'm a shaliach for you. I'm your messenger in this world. I'm here to carry out your will. And if this is the day that you set up for me, I'm going to conquer it. I'm going to do the best I can. If you think that way before you even leave the door, before you even start your day, the Rizal says you do this before any mitzvah during Elul. This needs to be in your mind the whole entire Elul. In Elul, you're doing tons. You're reading Tehillim, you're waiting for Slichot, the mikveh, all your tefillot, all your limud Torah. All of that needs to be in this mindset, all of Elul. But the truth is, it's not just Elul. The Hasidim are known for saying, Al tifnu la elilim. Don't turn to the elilim. Elil in Lashon HaKodesh is an idol. But it's a play on the Hasidim. They don't say Elul, they say Elil. Everything, right? They don't say who, they say he. Right? So Elilim, what's Elilim? Don't become a yid of Elul. Don't only wake up when there's slichot and do tshuva and the energy's in the air. You need to be doing tshuva all day long, all year long. How do you do it? The main aspect of tshuva, Ishma, Bizyono, Ishtok, Veidom. You get embarrassed, something doesn't go your way. It didn't plan out how you expected it to happen. You take it. Ishma Bizyono, I, a human being, wanted it to go a certain way. God, the creator, had a different plan. I will take it, be quiet, and keep going. That is tshuva. In Reb Nachman's words, like we just read right now, Zeikar tshuva, that's the main aspect of tshuva. So for Aaron, it was both of his sons dying. the next two leaders of Am Yisrael, the holiest people in the whole entire world besides Moshe and Aaron. On the side of potential greater than Moshe and Aaron. Both of them pass away in the same moment. He took it. In our lives, we don't have to get that far. We're not expected to do tikkunim on the level of Aaron Cohen. But each one of us has aspirations. Each one of us have things that we're trying to complete, we're trying to accomplish, we're trying to get better in. You want to work on your midot, you want to finish a book, you want to set up time to learn Torah. Apply this mindset to it. Everything's Hashem. Hashem's doing everything. It's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's all good. No matter what happens, it's in Hashem's hands. And I have to do it all. At least I have to play the part, and I have to put my all into it. But you can't just play the part. You have to really believe it, because it is the reality. We're all here. If I don't look around the room and see Hashem everywhere, and I just see all of us individual bodies and souls here, it means we're all playing a role. If I could see HaKadosh Baruch Hu everywhere I looked here, I don't have to move. At all. It's not the reality. As long as we're here as individuals, we have a job to do. But to do it from a place of how, especially this country is run, and how the world that's not connected to Torah. So then I wake up in the morning, I leave my house, I go to work, I make my calls, cash advance, whatever it is, these different industries, or whatever it could be. It doesn't matter what the job is. Let's say I have a bad day. So then how do I feel at the end of the day? Am I a failure? I didn't do the right thing. I should have made that call. I missed that appointment. I was late to that. Have a few days like that. You might not wake up to work the next day with such energy. You might not want to do that. Then how do you treat your wife? How do you treat other people? What happens with your Torah learning? Everything starts to go down because Shamata bizyoncha velo shatachta. You hear this disgrace, things aren't going your way, and you can't take it. You can't be quiet and take it. No, it's a problem. It's not. There's something wrong with me. Or, on the other hand, what happens if you leave the house and you have 2-3 weeks of super success? Now you can afford the new car, even though you don't really need it. But it's status and this, and all of a sudden the successes are taking you to a whole different place. But where's Hashem in the picture? Where's the balance that it was always Hashem? Hashem made it happen. It's Hashem's bracha that's coming through. I'm meant to use this money for tzedakah. I'm meant to do this to use it for good things. Not for more kavod, not for more symbols. It goes both ways. And that's why Reb Nachman says, if a person wants to be able to do tshuva and to live in a state of tshuva, you have to know how to run and you have to know how to return. And the pasuk from David HaMelech that is used in order to teach that lesson is Imesak Shamayim Shamata V'atzia Shaol Ineka. If I ascend to the highest levels of the heavens, which by the way, Esak, the word for rising up, is Gematria Kasa, which is the one name of Ekyeh that you're meant to contemplate on. But if I'm going up to the heights, I'm in Ekyeh, I'm trying to become better, I'm taking upon myself to do it, I'm going and I'm pushing and I'm going to make it happen. Where's Hashem? Shamata. There's still a lot more work to do. Hashem's far away. You haven't reached anything. Stay humble. You're trying to make it happen. That's good. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Shamata. But what happens if it's Yashod? If I make my bed in hell? If I find myself in the dumps? If I've fallen on my face continuously from my actions, from what they want from Shemayim, but I'm in the dumps? Where's Hashem? Ineka, right there with you. A person that lives in that mindset, no matter how good I do, Kadosh Baruch Hu is infinite, and it's Him doing it, and I'm still over here, and Hashem's over there. But when I'm down, no, Hashem's right there with you. Imo anochi b'tzara. Kadosh Baruch Hu goes with Am Yisrael no matter where they go. The Shekhinah is in Galut with us as well, and you can pick yourself up from there. And knowing halacha, like Reb Nachman says, doesn't allow you to stay down too much. Have a bad day, you feel bad. Okay, halacha still says you have mincha, arvit, bracha rishana, bracha achorana, kirat shema lamita. You can't. You're not exempt for anything. The day's not over. Even when you go to sleep, on your left side and not on your right side. Wake up in the morning, first words out of your mouth. How do you get up? How quickly? Put your foot down. Everything is laid out for you. There's no room to be exempt. So a person that learns halacha every day knows what Hashem wants from him. He's guarded. He's protected. And you can't fall too much. Not to the negative side of failure and not to the positive side of positive side of too much success. To stay humble, like we said in the beginning. People think that low self-esteem is not a lack of humility. Low self-esteem is as much ego as the biggest jock imaginable. They're both thinking about themselves. I'm worthy, I'm not worthy. It's still I. It's still about me. We have to put the kavod on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kavod in Hebrew means kaved, heavy, presence. What's important, what's heavy, what's taking up room in your mind? Yourself or Hashem? If it's Hashem, then you exist and you're worthy and the whole entire world exists just for you. Bishvili nivra haolam. But if Hashem's not in your mind and it's yourself, Chazal say, person that has pride, Hashem says, me and him can't live in the same place. How does the Baal Shem Tov learn this? If you become ein, if you become ayin, if you become nullified, Hashem and you can live in the same place. Same exact words, just put one comma in there. You become nothing, Hashem and you can live in the exact same place. But if there's ein, if you don't think about Hashem, what's it all worth? So this was a little bit of Torah from Tzfat, from the Arizal originally. You have to know that this whole entire Likkutei Moharan is an explanation of the Arizal's teachings. It's okay, some people on every level can tap into it, because that's what a neshama like Reb Nachman is able to do. The tzaddik kolel that can talk to every single neshama in Am Yisrael and to bring everybody closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Reb Nachman said that tzaddik emet, the true tzaddik, is able to tell the highest person in the world, the biggest tzaddik in the world, how far away from Hashem he is, and the lowest person in the world, how close to Hashem they are. It's exactly what we learned tonight. If you're trying to grow, you're still far, far, infinity away. But if you're in the dumps, Hashem is right there with you. And the truth is, Hashem doesn't change. Hashem's always with you. These are mindsets that we have to apply in our life. These are ways that we have to leave the door in the morning. This is ways we have to treat our wives. Taking out the garbage is a holy thing to do. It's a holy thing to do. It might be even better than your shachrit that you had your phone next to you the whole time. Especially if she didn't ask you to do it. My wife might see this.
He said my wife might see this.
Yeah. Can't be a hypocrite. I mean, it's the tshuva on the spot. Nachman says in this Torah Vav that you have to do tshuva on your tshuva even. He says in Torah Vav, you have to do tshuva on your tshuva. I'll tell you a story with that, and with that we can open up with questions if you guys have. There's a story. You guys have heard of Rav Sadia Gaon? Sadia Gaon, after the period of the Gemara, the Amoraim, it started a new period of Svoraim and then Geonim. Geonim, it's the period before the Rambam. Giants, masters. There's one of the biggest of them was Rav Sadia Gaon. And once he went traveling and he stayed in an inn, and he didn't ask for any special treatment, and no one had WhatsApp or social media back then to know who's coming to town or not. He just came and he got a room, and the guy saw a Yid, respected him, gave him a good room, and a little warm meal. Next day, the rumor in the town is that there's a big Rav in the city. This innkeeper realizes it must be this guest that I got yesterday. Gives him a nice upgrade, prepares him a chicken for the night. Next day he goes around, he's not just a Rav, he's a Dayan. Dayanut is learning of 11 years. It's not a small thing. It's a lot of kavod. The person is Dayan. Hashem really, really, really gave him a powerful neshama that's worthy of respect in this world. Gives him an upgraded room, shechs him a nice goat, better meal. Next day comes out, Gadol Ador, Rav Sadia Gaon is in our city. This innkeeper runs back, invites the whole entire town, Ilula, big meal, shechs a cow, shefa. That's tshuva and tshuva. Rav Sadia Gaon, he left that hotel and he left us with this teaching, and he said, this is how we have to look at HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One day you knew Hashem on this level. Shachari changed your whole entire being. Every bracha you made changed your whole entire being. Every time you open your mouth to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you became a whole entire new person. You learned more Torah, you changed it completely. You went to sleep, Chadashim lebekarim, Rabba emunatecha. You woke up in the morning with a brand new revived neshama. It's not the same Hashem you know. You have to do tshuva what you thought Hashem was yesterday even. More honor, more respect, more dedication, more effort. But from a place of bitul. From this place of recognizing HaKadosh Baruch Hu runs the world. I think all the time in my actions, what I'm doing, my yam, my asiyah, my actions in this world, they're illuminated with two paths. And no matter how high I go, I know it's all Hashem and there's still much more to do. And if I find myself down below, I can still get back up. Hashem's with me. I have everything I need to pick myself up, to pick myself out of the situation and keep going. Without Hashem, we'll be able to have more Yitzhak now that we're coming to the end of the year. Adar is a b'china also of Elu, of Tshuva. The last month of the year, we have 4 different Rosh Shana. Rosh Chodesh Nisan is one of them. And Adar, that would mean, aligns with Elu. It's times of Tshuva. Right now, especially that since Tu B'Shvat, there's an amtaka, there's a sweetening in the energy of the world as a whole. Hopefully now, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll have some Persians taken out so we can align everything with the Torah as we always do. And itapech akol letovah, B'ezrat Hashem. B'ezrat Hashem. If you guys want questions, you can leave it on camera, you can take it off camera, whatever you want. And don't hold back, guys. I don't like sugarcoating. I'm not drinking soda. You see water. Just keep it real.
I'm gonna do it off camera.
Whatever you want.
I have a question to ask you.